Hi, good morning. Don't mind the mess, don't mind my hair, which is crazy today. I wanted to talk about Zelda, specifically Breath of the Wild, because I love the game. I have been playing it for a while, and I was addicted until I reached Ganon super quickly, actually. And I'm stuck defeating him because I didn't unlock inventory space, and now I don't have enough weapons to fight him. I mean, enough weapons because the weapons break off super easily, and if you're stuck in a fight and all of your weapons break, you just have no option. Especially in like Ganon's fight, where you cannot just go out to find more weapons, you're stuck there, so you really need a bunch of weapons and you need to come prepared because you'll be stuck there for a while. Now, I have defeated Ganon's first form, but the second form broke off all of my weapons and I was stuck. So I'm stuck right now trying to get inventory space, get good weapons, upgrade my armor, and that's it. So it'll take a little while. But since I play on my boyfriend's Switch and he's in his time off from the uni, he's playing because right now he has time in the afternoon to play, where when he goes to his uni he doesn't have time in the afternoon, so the Switch stays at my place. I love that game, and I just love sorry, I just love um I just love everything we can learn about Zelda from Link's flashbacks. In this game, Link is firstly a really good knight, then he is the chosen one. That's how it kind of happens in a story, is that we were a knight of the Kingdom of Hyrule before, and after an act of courage and self-sacrifice for Zelda, we were chosen to be her personal knight, bodyguard. And that, I think that's also when we find out that he's the chosen one. I don't know, but him being the chosen one is only discovered after he's already in that position. And so what happens is that this Zelda does not have a connection with the goddess like the other ones. She cannot establish that connection, and so she ends up failing her role in the Hyrule Castle. And I love this game because every other game I feel like is kind of, I haven't played Twilight Princess, so I'm not including Twilight Princess, but most games I have seen are not so in depth about what Zelda thinks and feels, you know. I have played Minish Cap and a little bit of the more classical Legend of Zelda, you know, the first games. Of course, I didn't play a lot because, let's be honest, it's super old games. But I was in the last location of Minish Cap, the Cloud Kingdom, Sky Kingdom? I don't remember, but anyways. I think that other games are mostly not so like focused on other things but the main goal. And I love how in Breath of the Wild, the focus is the story. You don't have to rush to the goal. You are encouraged to explore and learn a lot. And so, in this game, most people don't know Link because it's better if I tell the story first. So Link was already a knight at the Hyrule Kingdom, and then he sacrificed himself to save Princess Zelda from a guardian because Calamity Ganon was about to strike. So they discovered this Sheikah technology that is an ancient technology, and it is like super technological and super advanced and super strong. So they were trying to learn how to work with that, but one malfunctioned. It was probably like started getting under the influence of the calamity, and it attacked Princess Zelda. So Link sacrificed himself and he thrown himself in front of the laser beam. And for that act of self-sacrifice and courage, he was named the personal knight and bodyguard for Princess Zelda. I don't know if that's when he was found out to be the chosen one or after, but he was not in that position for being the chosen one. They didn't know yet he was the chosen one. So later he was found out to be the chosen one, and that's when issues started appearing between him and Princess Zelda, because Princess Zelda felt pressured to, rush her responsibilities because she couldn't connect with the goddess so easily. This Zelda is like, she cannot establish that connection with the goddess, and she cannot unlock her powers. So she's often left feeling like a failure, having people judge her, having her father be disappointed in her. And so she kind of has this, I don't know the word, but she feels this resentment against Link because after they found he's the chosen one and she cannot talk to the goddess, but he can easily talk to the goddess, she's feeling like this resentment because it's so easy for him, and no matter what she does, she cannot connect and talk to the goddess. She cannot hear the goddess, she cannot connect with the goddess, she cannot unlock her powers, which is her duty, which she is always pressured to do. So she is more proactive in finding other ways to defend the kingdom, which is to use the Sheikah technology and research more about the Sheikah technology, even by herself. But since she is a princess, she has duties, and she has to be protected because she is a princess. She is never left alone, and Link is always sent to be following her to protect her. And she grows this resentment against him because she doesn't want to be in this position where everyone controls her, and she's kind of feeling worthless and useless because she cannot do what people want her to do. So she starts doing her own thing, which kind of also doesn't work. So when Calamity strikes, actually, Zelda wasn't able to do nothing for her people. She wasn't able to fulfill her duties or find another way. She just couldn't do anything. And so when people start dying, her friends start dying, her kingdom starts falling, she's left with this immense guilt for not fulfilling her roles as the princess and as the kingdom's, how do you say it, sacerdote? I can't remember, but she feels this immense guilt. And then when she finally unlocked her courage, her powers, it's too late. And so she sends Link to be healed in the reincarnation chamber. I don't know the name, but it's a shrine that will leave him hibernating until he is healed. But that accidentally takes too long, and Zelda is left fighting for 100 years to hold Ganon back. During that time, the monsters started taking over the whole kingdom, the whole place. And especially Hyrule, the Hylians were left to hide and fight for themselves. The other kingdoms also suffered for that because they lost their most important champions. And so, after 100 years where things evolved the way they did, Link wakes up with no memories. So 100 years passed, people died, people were born. No one knows who Link is now. No one knows he's the chosen one or even who he is. For most people, Link is just one more, guy walking around, fighting monsters, fighting for the people, because that's what people do. There's a bunch of people who just go fighting monsters to protect their little group. And so people has not this reputation around the kingdom. He's just a guy, and the only people who recognize him are the races that live more, like the fish people. I don't know the English name for them because the translation is different. The fish people remember him, and they actually hate him because Mipha was their princess and was also a healer. And every kingdom had a champion to fight with Ganon too, to help with this quest. But every single champion died because Calamity was too strong, and Princess Zelda could not fulfill her role, so they could not win. So the Fish Kingdom blames Link for the death of Mipha, the princess, because they think that he left her to die, or that he led her to her death. Because of him, she would never have fought. Not really, but they kind of blame him because she was really loved by everyone. She was really kind, and she loved Link. The Goro people, the rock guys, they do not remember Link. They do not know who Link is. No idea. Except for, 2 guys. The Hylians have no idea because, the whole kingdom died. And the bird people, they do not know who Link is also. The Guardian kind of thinks that Link is just a random guy who claims he is Link, and he finds that funny, and in the end he's like, wait, you're really Link? Wow. But people do not know Link, except for the old people, the old scientists, and the old women, the people who kept the things. I forgot completely, but most people do not know Link. Um, Also, there's not like someone to actively be in charge of ruling Link, someone to tell him to do stuff. Of course, there's the old lady who tells him to do the stuff, but we kind of are left to do that by ourselves, to do things because we want to. We do not have to help people, we do not have to discover shrines and stuff. Of course, that helps our journey and that is kind of necessary, but this Link is, I think, is a Link that does a lot for his own goodwill, because there's not much telling us to do that. So I love this game, and I love how in depth it shows the emotions of Zelda and her role, and that she's so full of guilt. She's not this calm and collected, forgiving, kind princess like in the other games. She hates Link, kind of. She hates Link. I think she doesn't actually hate Link, like she has this resentment against him and she treats him not so nicely at times, but not because she hates him, because she's feeling like she's jealous of how easy it is for him to, connect with the goddess. So she kind of resents Link. She is full with guilt for her people, for not fulfilling her role. So I think it's so cool how this Zelda is kind of more tragic, she was not just kidnapped, or she doesn't just help Link because she's so powerful. She's actually kind of weak in this game. She is powerless in this game, and that is such a burden for her. And I love that. I love how tragic this Zelda is, how tragic this whole timeline is, because Ganon actually won and people are suffering for 100 years before we can actually do something. And the people who remember Link are always reminding him of his guilt in this, even though he was not at fault for not coming back earlier. But people are always reminding us of our responsibilities and how long it took for us to wake up, and that people have been suffering, because we didn't wake up sooner. Who was it? Oh, even the Deku Tree is like kind of punishing us for taking so long, and is pressuring us, it's being stern with us for like taking so long and taking so long to be ready. If you are not prepared to get the Master Sword, it will be stern with us as to why are we not ready enough, because people have been suffering for too long and we're not taking this seriously enough. So although we don't have this reputation around the kingdom, we're still reminded of our responsibility and what happened because we took too long. So this game is all about guilt and responsibility. And I love that. I love tragic games. I love games that are like more serious. don't get me wrong, I loved Minish Cap. I haven't played the other Zelda games yet, but the Minish Cap I think is one of the less serious games, to be honest, because it's so like cutesy and playful. I don't know, but like Breath of the Wild is in a whole different level. Also, there are so many shrines. There are too many shrines. Oh my god. I think I haven't even found half of them yet. There are too many shrines, like more than 100. I don't know how many exactly, but there are too many shrines. There are so many quests, so many things to do, and so many ways to play. I don't I think I have said it already, but I started unlocking every tower. Then I started finding shrines. And then I went to do the actual progress, actually the main goals of talking to every kingdom to find the champions. The Gerudo also don't remember us, and they shouldn't because we are a man. And so we are we have to dress as a woman to enter the Gerudo Kingdom to talk to the Empress, I guess. But the people, I don't think they remember, you know, the Hyrule Warrior Link. So there's so many things to do. I love the story of this game. I haven't played the sequel yet. I just know that Zelda turns into a dragon. I don't know if she spent like 100 years in dragon form or if she turned into a dragon after we defeat Ganon. But I just know that she's a dragon. She's a dragon of light. Also, in Breath of the Wild, I think it's so cool that the three dragons that appear in this game represent the three powers. There's Farosh, Dinrao, and what's the name of the other? I don't remember the third one, but their names are kind of similar to the three powers of the three force, so they're a direct representation of that. And when I first saw the dragons, of course they attack you if you get too close to their heads, but they're actually really peaceful. So you can free one of them, and you actually have to free one of them, which is the blue one. I don't remember which one it is. It's the one that I don't remember the name, I guess. You have to free the blue one because it is kind of corrupted and it's plagued by the calamity. So you have to cure it, and we'll give you the piece you need for the shrine, for the statue, and then you will free it. And it's so beautiful because you are remembered that everyone is suffering. Everyone is suffering, even the most powerful creatures, you know? And that's it. I love this game. I want to finish it quickly so I can play the sequel. But it's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game. I love the mechanics. I love the powers you get from freeing the spirits of the champions. Mipha's spirit gives you Mipha's gift, which is to... It's kind of like the fairies. You get one more life, you know. If you die, you are revived with a little bit more life than you had before. The Gerudo gift from Urbosa is you have, I guess, 3 thunderstorms. The fish people, it's Mifa, sorry. The Goro people is that you have 2 shields, 3 shields, I don't remember. And the bird people is that you can jump up super high. High up in the sky, there's no power up like dancing. Sorry. The bird people is like you summon a wind that throw you up. And so you can open up your parachute even higher. I guess that's it. Yeah. I love every single thing about this game. It's so nice. I also have been playing Subnautica 2, which is one of my favorite games, Subnautica, but I won't talk about that right now. So, bye.